All right, if you solve an equation, when you're solving the equation, the variables cancel out. So the variables cancel out. You subtract, you add them, and they cancel out. Variables, please write this in. Variables cancel out. And all you're left with is numbers. All you have is numbers. If this sentence is true, if it's true, then your answer is going to be infinitely many solutions. If the variables cancel out, the variables cancel out, okay, and the sentence is not true, the numbers are not equal to each other, that means it's false, then your answer you're just going to write is no solution. Okay, so let's do number 3. Let's solve it. Anybody still writing? Anybody need me to pause before I start? All right, so let's do number 3. All right, so Louie, what am I going to do first to solve this equation? Move one of the variables, okay? Does it matter? They look the same, don't they? So how would I move this variable, this positive x over here? I subtract it. I'm going to subtract z on both sides. What's z minus z? 0. Do you see how they cancel out? Really? Do you see it? Do you see it, babe? I did not hear what she said. Did she say yes? Did you say yes? Okay. I can't hear you. I'm way over here, so you might have to talk a little louder, okay? So on this side of the equation, what do you get? You, is this, y'all, anybody, is this true or false? This is false. So if it's false, then what's the solution? It's no solution. Are y'all okay with that? Are you okay with that, babe? Okay. All right, let's do number 4. Madison, what are you going to do first in number 4? And y'all, these are just the numbers, okay? Don't put it as part of the equation. So what are you going to do first, Madison? Madison. Anybody want to help? Yes, Jay? Madison, look. The first step is always distributive property. Do you see distributive property? Where? Very good. So you're going to multiply those. Does that make sense? Are you okay with that? All right. So this we're going to bring down 5x plus the 10. Jameson, what are you going to get on this side? 5x, okay, plus 10. All right. Okay, sit up, please. Ladies, y'all sit up. Write this down, sweetie. Write this down. All right, so now, what are you going to get, Mia? What do I do next? That's why I'm calling on you. I need you to look at it. What would be the next step? We did distributive property. Did you write that down? This part? Okay, got distributive property. Can we combine like terms on over here? Can we combine over here? So then what's the next step? We did that already. Combine like terms. We can't combine. Move the variable. See, you do have it. So what does it matter which one I move because they're exactly the same? How do I move a positive 5x? I subtract 5x on both sides. Okay? So when I subtract 5x on both sides, Riley, what do I get over here? I get 10 on this side because this is gone. And what do I get on the other side? 10 on this side. Okay, so is this true or false? This is true. So what does that mean? That means that it's infinitely many solutions. That means every single number that you write in is going to be a solution. Oops, sorry, y'all. There's infinitely many solutions. Any questions? Yes, baby. Except for if it's exactly the same, yes. Do you understand that it has to be the exact same? Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Matthew, are you good with it? Yes.
Are you supposed to do the variables first?
If when you do the variables first, you can easily identify if it's no solution or infinitely. If you do the numbers first, then you got to go through all those extra steps before being able to identify that it's a no solution or infinitely many. But you don't have to. Does that make sense? Anybody else? Okay. All right. Was you, Lily? Are you okay with it now? Okay. You're welcome, babe. Everybody should have a sheet. These are the problems that we are going to do. In the parentheses, it tells you which one of these they want you to solve for. Yes. That's okay. We're just working them out. Yeah, we're just working them out. I'm sorry. We're just working them out. Don't be that person. Shh. Boy, bye. I want to hear that crap. All right, here we go. This is, yes. All right, so we did practice problems. We're going to continue our practice problems. That was page 21, right? All right, so this is the one I didn't check yet. You finished it, but I didn't go over it. So let's make sure we go over it. And then we're going to add these practice problems to it. All right, here we go. What do we do to get x by itself? What do we do, Hannah? What do we do to get x by itself in this one? Very good. I think you said divide. What are we dividing by, babe? C. Shh. So we have G divided by C on this side. Bring down the equal. And on this side, we're left with just what? X. What's another way to write this? Very good. All right. And now we're doing more practice problems. So we have 1. P is equal to I times R times T. And this time we are solving for T. We are solving for T. All right. So how do we get T by itself? Adam? You divide both sides by what again? IR. You're going to divide both sides by IR. So here you get P divided by IR. Bring down the equal. And what do we get on this side? T. What's another way to write this answer? Okay. Any questions? Okay. Do you understand it? All right. So now, anybody still writing number 1 before we move to 2? I'm only going to do a couple. Shh. Leave Jay alone. All right, let's do 2. It's all good. We got A is equal to 2 parentheses L plus W. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you. And this time you're going to solve for W. So now we got to get W by itself. So what are we going to get rid of first? What are we going to get rid of first? Okay, get rid of this. How is 2 attached to the parentheses? So what's the opposite of multiplication? So we're going to divide both sides by 2. When we divide by 2 over here, we get A divided by 2, right? Bring down the equal. We divide by 2 here. This is gone, and we're left with what? L plus W. Now what are we going to do to get W by itself? Subtract L. So what are you going to get on this side? A divided by 2 minus L. Oh, sorry, L. What are you going to get on this side? Just W. What's another way to write this answer? A divided by 2 minus L. Very good, y'all. Shh. Okay, all right. Let's continue to work. I'll stop you in a few just to make sure that you are getting them right. So I'm going to give you some time to get as many done as you possibly can. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to stop and go over the ones that we have completed. Let's do it. Okay. Look up here. Jameson, look up here, babe. Let's go through it. Number 3. Shh. We have y is equal to 5x minus 6. We're solving for x. That means you got to get x by itself. Look on the side that has x. Which one of these do you get rid of first? The 5 or the negative 6? The negative 6. Okay, do you see that, Jameson? All right, so how do we get rid of a minus or negative 6? Add 6. Logan, do you see that? Okay. So when you add 6 on both sides, Mia, what are you going to get on this side? Very good, baby. Bring this down. And what are you going to get on this side? George, what do you get over here? 5x. 5x, good. Okay, so now, what are we going to do to get x by itself? Divide by 5 now. Divide both sides by 5, okay? So when you divide by 5, over here, you're going to get y plus 6 divided by what? 5. Bring down the equal. 5 divided by 5, that gives you 1. So you're left with 1x or just what? What's another way to write this? Very good. Shh. Calm down. All right. Do you see it now? Jameson, you got that? Logan, what about you, babe? Did you understand how we got that? Okay, so now we're doing number 4, right? All right, so let's do number 4. Yes, Riley, we're going to do number 4, baby. 2x minus 3y is equal to 8, okay? Hannah, you okay? You good? Okay. All right, so now, what does it say solve for? I'm sorry, I forgot to put that. It says y. Thank you. You're solving for y, okay? So now we got to get y by itself. Slide this up a little bit. So look, Logan, we're working on the side that has y on it. What are we going to get rid of first? Somebody said it. 2x. Look, remember, you get rid of anything, Logan. Get rid of anything that you can add or subtract to remove first. Multiplication and division comes last. What's wrong, babe? Got your head down. You okay? Okay, just making sure. Did you hear what I said? Okay, so we can get rid of the positive 2x by doing what? Say again, Jameson? Subtract it. You're going to move a positive 2x by subtracting 2x. You got it? Madison, do you understand that? All right. So, Madison, is your seat okay? Do you need me to change it? Is it hard for you to see? Okay. All right. So, this is gone. This is 0. And on this side, we're left with negative what? 3y is equal to what on this side? 8 minus 2x. Good job, y'all. Now, what are we going to do to get y by itself? Divide both sides by negative 3. Okay? When you divide both sides by negative 3 divided by negative 3 is what? It's just going to be y here. Bring down the equal. Okay? So what are we going to get on this side is 8 minus 2x divided by what? And this is our answer. Okay? That's it. That's all. Did you get that, baby? Kaylani, sit up, please. Number 5. Okay, so now we have x plus y divided by 3 is equal to what? 5. And we're solving for what? X. Okay, I'm going to let you try this one on your own. Please try. Okay? George, you got questions? Somebody's at the door. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, so let's look at it. What are we going to get rid of first? The divided by 3. What's the opposite of dividing? So we're going to multiply both sides by 3 to get rid of the fraction part, to get rid of that 3 first. All right, so when I multiply by 3 on this side, the 3's cancel out, and I'm left with what? X plus y. Any questions about why that works? Is there anyone that needs to see why that works? Okay. Bring down the equal sign. What's left on this side? 15. So now what do we have to do? Very good. I thought you was going to say it again. We're going to subtract y on both sides. And that's going to give us what? Very good. Raise your hand if you got that right on your own. That's good. All right. Okay, number 6. And here we're solving for what? B. Look at this one, okay? I think most of us got this one right. All right, so what are we going to do? Matt, what are you going to do to get B by itself? What do you do to get B by itself? That's okay, baby.
Divide by.
Not divide.
Oh, wait.
That's okay. What are we doing to get B by itself? You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Subtract.
Very good. You're going to subtract mx from both sides.
Oh, so that. Oh, I thought they were multiplying.
Because you're moving the whole thing. You're not trying to separate them. You're trying to move it away from B. Because B is what you're solving for. If you were trying to move everything away from X or M, then you have to separate those. But you're trying to move everything away from B.
Why are you laughing at something? That's not nice.
That is not nice. But I don't think he was laughing at you. Okay, we got Y. I'm going to be hopeful. Y minus MX is equal to B. This is your answer. What's another way to write your answer? Very good. Okay. All right, let's do 7. Let's do 7. A x plus b y is equal to c. We're trying to get y by itself. We're solving for y now. Let's get y by itself, okay? What are we going to do first? Somebody different. Kaylani, do you know how you're going to get y by itself? No. Logan? Can't minus b. We got to get y by itself. B is attached to y by what? Multiplication. Okay? Does that make sense, Logan, that it's attached by multiplication? So do you see how B and Y are right next to each other? Yes, that's multiplication. So the only way to separate them is to do the opposite of multiplication, which is what? So you divide to get rid of them. But you have to move everything that you add or subtract first, and then multiplication and division is last. Does that make sense? Okay. So now what can I add or subtract to move? Mia? Subtract AX from both sides. So when I subtract AX from this side, I'm left with now what? BY equals C minus AX. Okay. So now what do I do in order to get Y by itself, Jay? Divide both sides by B. Okay. So now, Allison, what's going to be our answer here? B, no, what did you say again? Y equals, very good. You okay? All right. You okay, baby? Did you understand that one? Okay. Number 8. We got A. Am I going to have enough space? Oh, yeah, I might. All right, we got A is equal to 1/2 H times B plus C. And this time we're solving for B. Okay? All right, so how do we get B by itself? What are we going to get rid of first? Somebody said divide. What are we dividing? 1/2 H. 1/2 H is attached to B by multiplication. This is multiplication. So you're going to divide both sides by 1/2 H. So this is going to give me A divided by 1/2 H. And it looks like a B, doesn't it? I'm sorry. My apologies. It's supposed to be a H. All right, so this is gone, and we're left with, on this side, what's in the parentheses, which is what? B plus C. Now, how are we going to get B by itself? Minus C. So we're going to subtract C on both sides. So my answer here is going to be A divided by what? 1/2 H, then minus C, and that's equal to what letter? B. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Any questions? All right. Make sure you write this. Do as many as you can, and we'll stop at 2. Any questions? We got like 3 minutes. Yes, I can. Yes, ma'am. Shh. All right. I'm going to stop the video.